Don't even think about playing metal if you can't palm mute. You're cooked. Everyone thinks they're doing this right, but are they really? Hey, I'm Spencer. I've been a professional guitarist for the last 15 years. Today we're gonna learn what is palm muting, why is it so important, how do we do it, and a couple exercises to get you palm muting like a pro. I want you to palm mute with maximum efficiency. And if you're a Patreon member, we're gonna learn some intermediate and advanced drills to kick things into overdrive. I'm talking heavy rock, heavy rock, and hard rock. So let's get started. So what is palm muting? Well, the technique was first discovered in Palm Beach, Florida. You know, the name can be a little misleading because when I palm mute, I'm not really using my palm all that much. So what I'd like you to do first and foremost is imagine you're about to make a judo chop. Take this part of your hand, put it on the bridge of your guitar, about half on, half off. And then just let your hand fall over so nicely as if there's just a little pillow waiting for your hand to take a nice siesta. And then pick through your strings. That's a nice crispy mute, right? And so I'm flicking my wrist as I make my picking motion, but this part of my hand does not leave my bridge, right? I'm playing on a two-nomatic style bridge, but the technique is pretty much the same. You may need to move around to feel what's comfortable for you if you're on a different style bridge, like a Strat style or a DeLorean style. The further you go towards the neck, you'll hear we're getting more and more muted. And the further we go towards the back of the guitar, the less muted we're getting, right? So we can use that knowledge to our advantage as well if we're looking for a more or less muted sound. So there's something interesting there. But the main principle is that the muting comes from this part of our hand, right? This right here. And that we're picking by flicking. Palm muting is another way that we can manually manipulate our sound, right? When I first palm mute, when I was showing you this exercise, I just laid my hand right here. I'm not putting any pressure on, right? But if I wanted to, I can make this feel like a more aggressive mute by pushing down. You can push your hand into these strings. Not only by moving your hand around, but also by just applying more pressure here, by picking harder. So it's an interesting way to manipulate your sound with just your hands. You're taking full control. It's not like a digital keyboard where you're just like hitting a note and that's the end of the story, right? You can control the sound that's coming out of your instrument. Okay, so some basic palm muting riffs. This is inspired by the song Good by Better Than Ezra. So we're just playing power chords. We're gonna do G5, D5, E5, and then this C7 right here. 3, 2, 3. So we're palm muting the first 3 chords, just regular eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I chose this because we're just doing downstrokes, so nothing fancy or weird here. We're gonna not palm mute the last chord. So we can feel that difference of palm muting, palm muting, palm muting. Whoa! The floodgates are open, a little open sesame action on that C7. We're gonna do it 4 times in a row because I want you to get used to taking your hand off, putting your hand back on, because that is really where the magic happens, and that's what all of our next riffs and drills are gonna be focusing on. 1, 2, ready, palm mute. Okay, very nice. We're gonna try that one more time with a little bit of an added twist at the end. We're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now on any time you would hear a snare drum, right? We're gonna lift our palm mute off. And I'm just flicking. You can see my hand comes off like that. Not too far, because we're gonna have to come right back on. 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's do something a little heavier. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna speed this up, all downstroke, so it's heavy. 2, 3, 4. So every time we change to a new chord, you release the mute. Last one. Cool. Okay, and lastly, here is a very common technique where we're gonna be bouncing off a palm muted lower open string. So, we're gonna be moving around these power chords on the A string. And we're gonna be moving them around, pedaling is what it's called, a low E. And that's gonna be, so we're going 7, 8, 5, 8, and then we're gonna slide from 5 to 7 on the A string. All power chords, starts with 2 open E's. You can probably see anytime I'm playing the chords on the A string, I just lift off so they're not muted. So check it out again. And I'm doing this flick. And I'm trying to stay loose here. That's how you can get the speed up. We're gonna try this at 170. If this is fast for you guys, obviously take this riff and put it at a tempo that's comfortable for you. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Four more. Excellent. That's it for the YouTubers, Patreon patriots. Stick around, we're gonna get into some more intermediate and advanced drills to really make sure you're palm muting like an absolute pro. You're gonna mute so much that you just won't be hearing anything ever again. Great work. Today we learned about palm muting. What is it? How to do it, how to make things sound heavy, some things to look out for. Make sure you're using this part of your hand, staying on your bridge, using your ears, and really making sure that your hands are in control of your sound. You are your guitar's master, not the other way around, as some might have you believe. Let me know if this helped you. Comment below what you'd like me to make a video on next. If you're serious about learning the guitar, you can find us on the Patreon. That's where the serious guitar players go. Again, if you're serious about learning the guitar. We'll see you there, and goodbye.